I've come to understand that many students fail exams not because they don't read or not because they don't know, but because they don't know how to present their answers to maximize the mark. In this video, I will be telling you the best way to answer your exam questions in order to maximize your mark. The same method I've been using, I used throughout my undergraduate days. I made parallel A 6 times out of 8 semesters. And the same method I used in my undergraduate days is what I'll be bringing to you in this short video. Let's start. Alright, now in order to present your answers the best way to get the best mark, because writing exam is like buying and selling. You're buying from the lecturer, you're buying mark from the lecturer. How well you can present your market by writing will determine how many marks the lecturer will be willing to give you. So presenting your answer is very, very key in writing an exam. It doesn't end at reading, it doesn't end at knowing the answer. It's about presenting your answers very well. All right, now the first thing in answering an exam question is, number one, understand the question. Many persons, they just get into the exam hall, they don't read the instruction. The first thing you should do when an exam paper is given to you is to read the instruction. Answer social question, answer maybe one from each section. You should familiarize yourself with the you have to familiarize yourself with the instructions of that particular exam. Now after reading the instruction, the next thing is to go to the question. First thing is understand the question properly before you even start to answer. Some persons, once they see a familiar question, they just start to answer without understanding what the question actually requires. By understanding the question, you have to read carefully and maybe underline keywords. Something like they can ask you to discuss. A discussion question is different from define, is different from compare, is different from evaluate, is different from outline. If they say discuss, you are writing in details, you're writing extensively on that particular question, because they say discuss. It's just like you're discussing with someone, so you are to write in details. That's discussion question. Write all you know about it. Explain, write as much as possible. Explain, it's not a one-line answer, it's not a two-line answer. Explain, write as detailed as possible. Define, go straight to the point. Maybe they say define a noun. A noun is defined as, you get. Now if they say outline, you're listing. Now after understanding the question, you've seen if it's discussed, it is this or it is that. The next thing is check the marks allocated. Check the marks allocated to that particular question. Now in some exams, they by the side they write how many marks are allocated for the question. Why is it important to check the mark allocated to a particular question? It will help you to know what is required of you. For example, a 10 marks question, you cannot write 2 lines and you get 10 marks. You cannot write 3 lines and you get 10 marks. So if what is allocated to that question is 10 marks, they are expecting something much from you, because before they will give you 10 marks, you must have written well. But if it is a 2 marks question, probably what is required is actually short. Do you understand? So always check the marks allocated. Then the next thing, which is very, very important, is plan before writing. Don't be in a haste to just start penning down. I'm not saying you should waste your time in the exam hall. I'll talk about time management, but plan before writing. You can feel free to use pencils to do a quick jot quickly. You can do a quick jot. That's necessary to arrange your points. Okay, they say write on photosynthesis. You just use pen or pencil to do a quick jot of what you will be writing. That is clear. Now, what are some of the techniques you want to write now? What are some of the techniques in writing? One thing I always tell students is you must not start from question number 1. But proper numbering is very important. Start from the question you know best. If the question you know best is question number 5, brother, start from question number 5 and write it there, question 5. Don't say because you're answering question 5 first, you write question 1. Wrong numbering is very, very bad, and it will make the lecturer to mark you bad because you're giving the right answer to the wrong question. Do you understand? So start from the one you know best. And do you know why it is very important to start from the one you know best? Now, if you start from the one you don't know best, like some question you don't even know, the lecturer seeing that particular one as the first one, we already have a mindset that this student does not know anything, because your first question is empty or is nonsense. But if you start from a question you know best, you arrange well, even the ones you don't know well, the lecturer already have a good mindset, a good mentality of you that this student knows. So that one, they will mark without bias. So number your questions well. Now start with a clear introduction. I always tell students, start with a clear introduction. How do you do that? Rephrase the question as the beginning of your answer. Do you understand what I said? Rephrase the question as the beginning of your answer. What does that mean? If the question says, what are the characteristics of, you can start the answer by the characteristics of so. Do you see? If they say define this, you say that can be defined as. What are the importance of photosynthesis? The importance of photosynthesis, you see, I'm always rephrasing the question as the beginning of my answer. That is how intelligent students answer their question. Once you start answering your question like that, the person marking, you already know, this person is a good student. So rephrase the question as the beginning of your answer. That's one. Start with a clear introduction. Then develop your points with examples. So as you're writing, if it's explanation question, explain. Please, one thing that will give you mark is giving an example. As you're writing, add examples when necessary. If there are diagrams, feel free to draw your diagrams. If there are pathways, feel free to draw your pathways. I've come to discover that most students, they find it difficult to write even when they know what to do. You know what to do is in your brain. Put it out. They are not marking your brain, they are marking what you put on paper. If you're writing, ensure you give examples. Draw diagrams. Give examples. Those are the things that make your writing rich. Then some persons, they jam-pack their stuff in one paragraph. You are just doing yourself. You might write all the points there, but they don't give you all the mark. Arrange your work in paragraph. Arrange your work in paragraph. First paragraph can be introduction. Second paragraph, 1 point. Don't put 2 points in one paragraph. Next paragraph, another point. Next paragraph, another point. Your work is well organized. Your mark also will be well organized. Do you understand? So write in paragraphs. Another one is write clearly and neatly. Some persons are actually writing well, but their handwriting is not appealing. If you don't have a good handwriting, please, in the exam hall, all you have to do is to relax and write. Relax and write. Make your handwriting good. Nobody enjoys marking a rough handwriting. So even if you write well, they can reduce your mark, or they will not even come down to read your work because your handwriting is bad. So write legibly. Calm down. Write what the lecturer will want to read. You know, there are some handwriting that you write in your notes. If you wake up in the middle of the night to open your note, and the note will just be giving you sleep. But if your handwriting is neat, you see you enjoy the reading. Same thing applies to when lecturers are marking. So please, calm down, write legibly, write clearly. It's an advantage. It's an advantage. Then number your works correctly. I've said that. Then time management. This is where most students get it wrong. They get to the exam hall, and paper that is clearly stated 1 hour 30 minutes. They spend few minutes in the exam hall. I know this one, I don't know this one. That's in a red comma. That's in a this question. This. Once they give you or some person that they are writing, they still be turning their head, turning around, looking for what is happening in the exam hall. That's not your business. Once you're giving your paper, start. Don't waste time. There's no time in the exam hall. Time runs faster. So there's no time in the first place to waste time. Once you're giving your paper, concentrate. Give it maximum attention. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because most students, they know what to write, but time does not permit. You know, timing is part of exam. So they don't give you all the time in this world. All you have to do is you have to start once you are giving the paper and concentrate as much as possible so that you can meet up the timing. And don't spend all your time on one question because you know that question very well. You spend all your time on that question. Question you don't attempt, nobody will give you any mark for it. If they say answer 5 questions, whether you know the 5 questions or not, attempt the 5 questions. I told myself long ago, I can never leave any question unanswered, whether I know it or not. Write something. Worst 18, they can give you 1 mark for your pen, even if it's not correct. But nobody will give you mark for empty space. So calm down and write. Calm down and write. Calm down. Manage your time wisely. And for those persons that they want to see people should call them BGS, 30 minutes into the exam of 2 hours, they've submitted. Okay? Whether you are done or not, that time is your own. Why are you rushing to? Calm down. Calm down. If you are done, read through your papers. Read through your answers 2 or 3 times. Because after writing, if you are reading through your papers, you see silly mistakes, you'll be like, am I the one that made this mistake? Read through. Then another common mistake most persons make is they jam pack their answers, number 1 and number 2 on the same page. Let me tell you, in university, it's different lecturers that are marking your script. One lecturer can mark question 1. They shift the script to the next lecturer to mark question 2. If you're answering question 1 and 2 on the same page, and the first lecturer marks his own part, number 1, the next lecturer seeing red pen on that page might not even care to check that page again. Another question is gone. That question is not marked. You say, I wrote well, I'm saying nonsense. You are jam packing your answer. If you write question 1 on 1 page, even if it's 3 lines, go to the next page and answer the next question. You paid for the answer booklet. If it's filled up, request for extra sheets. Never put 2 questions on 1 page, except it's question 1A, 1B, like that. Number them clearly there. But if it's question 1, question 3, different pages. Do you understand? These are some of the things I do. By the grace of God, I graduated with first class. By the grace of God, I made parallel A 6 times out of 8 times. It's not a coincidence. It's not a mistake. It's not luck. It's something that if it's 1 time you can say luck, 2 times you can say luck. But somebody that have gotten it 3, 4, 5, 6 times, it's no longer luck, brother. It's just little principle. It's not by overreading. Also read, prepare for your exams very well. Read, study. But inside the exam hall, it matters. What you're doing inside the exam hall matters more than what has been done outside the exam hall. Concentrate. Do you understand? And believe in yourself. Self-confidence is another thing. Some persons, they don't believe in themselves at all. So getting to the exam hall, they just fumble because they don't believe in themselves in the first place. So the answer will not even believe in you. Believe in yourself. It is lack of self-belief that will make you to copy wrong answer from somebody. Believe in that thing you know. Let the mark you are writing, let the mark you're getting be from your head. Self-belief is very, very important. Some persons have low self-esteem. They don't believe in themselves. Me, I cannot do this one. Once that's a kind of thoughts coming, that's the beginning of failure. Believe in the little you know. Go there and give your best. Come back. I wish all of you huge success in your exam. If this video helped you or looks like something that will help you, drop in the comment section, I will succeed. Drop in the positive confession matters a lot. Drop in the comment section, I will succeed. Like this video, share it to your platform, share it to anyone you want this video to help. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please do it to click on the subscribe button. My name is Excellence Simplified. I wish you the best of luck in your exams.